And hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Stuart Buzz. Today, we dive into a hot button issue shaping our world today. Today, we're stepping into one of the most heated debates in America, and that is gun control. Whether or not you think gun control would work or not work. We're tackling the phrase we've all heard before. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. And that is a fact. What does it really mean? And is there truth to what I believe is fact? Welcome, JB. How are you today?
I'm doing good, Chris.
JB, I've been trying to get on the podcast for quite some time. He's such a busy man. Like, he's always taking out the garbage.
Yeah.
So it's just like always
I'll
busy.
be doing that again today, too.
What is and if you can speak a little bit closer to the microphone, what is your opinion regarding the gun control as what I described to you? And you can agree to disagree. We're all right with that.
Well, we definitely need gun control for sure. I don't think banning all weapons for everyone is going to be the answer when Hollywood's putting out all these violent movies. I mean, if you're going to do one thing, across the board. But
mind you, all the violent movies have been around since you and I, because we're the same age, you and I were kids. Since we were kids. Even well before that, the Westerns, shooting people while they're on horses. But you didn't hear about the mass shootings that you have today, right?
Absolutely.
So what's the difference? Do we fix it at the core of the people in their minds are doing this now? We just had another mass shooting recently. It's like almost every week we're having a mass shooting. So the core idea of guns are inanimate objects. It's human intent behavior that leads to the violence. A quick stat. There are over 400 million owned firearms in the U.S., nearly more guns than people. This makes the conversation of responsibility culture mental health, not just the tool. Just like exactly what I said. I own a gun. I have not yet shot JB.
I appreciate that.
Anytime. But honestly, I have a gun. I'm a responsible gun owner. But like I said, if you ban guns, the criminals don't care about law. That is why they're called criminals, right? They break the law. So assault rifles, I don't think they should be made for civilians.
I agree with that.
I don't see any reason I can't walk around with I can legally walk around with an assault rifle, but I don't see the use for assault rifle. If you're going to go hunting and use an assault rifle, then you're cheating. That's just wrong. That's like going fishing on a boat with a fish finder.
Or dynamite.
Right. Like,
Those in the water.
Why do you need assault rifles? I'm good with that. I ban them. But the criminals are still going to get assault rifles.
Absolutely.
So they can go to Johnny on the corner over there where they sell assault rifles, and they're going to buy it illegally and shoot people. That's fine. But I still can fight back with my Glock. That's what I'm talking about. So do I believe in gun control? In a way, but I still believe that the bad people are going to get the guns. But if you take all the guns away, then the good people can't protect themselves. Now, here in the state of Florida, they just passed a law of open carry, where you can carry like the Wild West, only we're the Wild Southeast. Did you know that?
Yeah. Growing up here, I remember people having gun racks in their trucks.
Oh, yeah. I remember that as a kid in New York. And New York is a very, tough state to have that in. But back in the day, my father carried a gun everywhere, right in the back, right over here. Mm-hmm. A 38 special. Always carried a gun. So guns are like any tool. They could be used for protection, sport, or crime. For an example, the car could be used responsibly or recklessly, but society doesn't blame the car itself.
Absolutely.
So, for instance, you run somebody over, JB, which I think you have a few times already, right?
Never convicted.
Okay. Well, off the record, Ray, he sometimes kind of veers off to the side. No other reason other than, he kind of dozes off and, what was that? But millions of Americans use guns safely every day. Hunters, sport shooters, and families who keep firearms for defense. That's what I do. I have it for my store. I don't know. Do you carry?
I do not.
Okay. And do you carry because you don't believe in carrying?
No, I had a gun earlier when I got out of the military. I kept a weapon, but I don't feel the need.
Okay. So when somebody comes, okay, so you're in Walmart, say, right? And there is this dude shooting like random people. Are you going to throw a can of tomatoes at him?
I'm going to probably run.
Okay, but if you had the opportunity to save somebody's life by shooting that guy's knees out or something like that, do you think that would be a more noble thing than running? Or do you think it would be stupid?
It's easy to sit here and say without actually going through the actual process. I mean, yeah, I could say, yeah, if I had a gun, I could shoot him in the kneecaps, problem solved, but every situation's different. So it's you can't really give that a clear.
Okay, hypothetically, if you were carrying and there was a guy doing a mass shooting in a Walmart, would you take him out?
Now, let me ask you this. If I was carrying and I went through an actual gun protocol and knowing how to fire the weapon and this and that, yes.
Okay, that's what I did.
Okay.
So I went through actual protocol. I am licensed. I belong to a range. I used to shoot, as you probably know, I used to shoot like every other day. So I'm versed on how to shoot. And so I'm talking about a responsible gun owner, not just some, dude carrying a gun because he thinks he's cool.
Now, let me ask you this. Trying to do the right thing, like you said, I have a gun on me. I tried to take the perpetrator out by shooting him in the knees. I missed and hit a small child that was standing behind him.
Well, every situation is different,
That's
like
what
you
I'm
said.
saying. So it's.
But if there was a small child standing behind him.
That I didn't see.
Well, first of all,
I mean, when something happens like that.
if you're a really smart gun owner, everybody knows that you use what they call hollow point bullets. Hollow point bullets will not go through somebody. They'll actually just hit the person and break apart inside the person. Full metal jacket will actually go through the person and then through the person behind them. And that is the reason why police officers and other people use hollow point, so it doesn't go through anybody and hits an innocent individual. But if you miss the target that you're at and then hit the small little girl, well, the chances of the small little girl being behind somebody that's doing a mass shooting and she's alive would be fairly rare. And I understand. I'm giving you a scenario. There's nobody behind the dude. You're carrying. Would you take the dude out?
Of course.
That's a good answer. I like that. Critics argue that the phrase oversimplifies. While people pull the trigger, access to certain firearms makes mass shootings deadlier and faster. And I believe that is where the assault rifles come in, stuff like that. There's nothing on the earth that you're going to actually convince me that anybody should be able to buy an assault rifle. You just don't need them. Can you say that word?
Statistically.
Thank you. Show countries that stricter gun laws have fewer gun-related deaths. Okay. Again, a typical pistol that you carry with you for protection is fine. A mass shooting is usually done not with the pistol, but with one of those, what are they, AK, what?
47s.
Right. Comparing the U.S. to nations like Australia or Japan shows a clear, between regulation and fewer shootings. So they're saying they have fewer shootings because our justice system kind of sucks. When you shoot somebody, are you usually like just say like a bad guy, not somebody who unfortunately shot like Charlie Kirk or somebody like that. But you just shot a random druggie, and some people think that that's going to be okay. I'm talking about doing that. Lots of times they're just like let loose. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I do. I do.
And then they're let loose to do the same thing all over again. I don't necessarily trust the justice system when it comes to that. The phrase may overlook the role that availability and design firearms play in the scale of violence. So, gun responsibility isn't just about ownership, but it's about training, like you were talking about, secure storage, and mental awareness. So, in the state of Florida, if you have a weed card, you're not allowed to own a gun.
Correct.
But yet, you can get stupid drunk and own a gun.
Well, I'll tell you something. If you own a weed card, you probably don't need a gun.
Hey, dude,
Yeah.
how are you? Well, oh my
gun
God,
is
that's a
probably-
cool gun, man.
That's probably the last thing you're thinking of.
But no, seriously though, you're allowed
Everybody
to.
needs a weed card. Get rid of guns.
But you're allowed to drink
Yes.
and own a pistol or any gun, and anywhere you're allowed to actually carry a rifle through downtown before we even had open carry. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You can just own a rifle and you can walk around with it. It's about mental health awareness. Instead of gun control, why don't we fix the people that are mentally
Absolutely.
challenged when it comes to this? A normal person isn't going to climb on top of a roof with a high-powered gun and shoot like a random person or like Charlie Kirk, or just go into a crowd of people and just do mass shootings and pop people off. That's not, Joey who graduated high school and the honor roll.
But I'll tell you, when we were kids also, we didn't have social media. We didn't see what these kids see today on TV, what they see in social media, what they see in video games, which is all, a lot of violent games there. We didn't have that. We played.
Right. We were outside playing all
They
day.
don't play today. They're inside. So they're filling their heads up with everything they see, social media, video games, TV, whatever. And there's where your mental health problems come in.
True, but I will tell you, when I was a kid, I lived next to a woods. And I always played with what we called Army. And we would, there were twigs, and we would shoot at each other. I got you. No, you didn't. You missed by a mile. All that stuff. And then later on, 17 years old, we graduated to BB guns.
Yes,
And we used to shoot each other with BB guns.
absolutely. We used to wear football helmets and run around with the head.
How
And you took a
stupid are
BB
we?
gun. Oh, well. But we didn't go out and kill people.
That's what I'm trying to get. So we weren't mentally ill. We were just having fun. And we know that the BB guns, they're going to freaking hurt. They're going to sting, but they're not going to really kill you. Maybe the BB guns today will. I don't know. But we just had the pump ones, the pump BB guns, and really wasn't that good. Now they got those cartridges that you put in and stuff, and they're a lot stronger. So, mental awareness, smart gun technology, background checks, and red flag laws are all attempts to balance rights with responsibility. Framing the conversation around responsibility instead of just restriction might move the debate forward. So I think that if you just, the background checks are cool. What I don't necessarily agree with in the state of Florida is that you don't need to be licensed. You just need a background check. I think you should be licensed because when you're licensed, just so you know, you have to go to a class. You have to learn how to shoot the gun. You have to learn how to take it apart. You have to learn how to put it back together. You have to know about the gun. You have to know about the history of the gun. You can't now, you just get a background check. You pass the background check, and you can just buy a gun, not even knowing how to freaking load the damn thing. that makes me nervous because any monkey can have a gun now. If you're just you were a good kid and you didn't break any laws up until now, now you got yourself a gun that you never freaking shot, and you went to, say, Lotus down the road and you purchased a gun just to say you have a gun. I don't agree with that. What is your feelings on that?
I don't. I mean,
Licensed versus unlicensed.
definitely should be licensed. No doubt about it. I mean, the right to bear arms, of course, is all right, but I think it needs to be mandated and via license. If that's the way they need to go, that's the way I think we should go. But
They just took it away.
I know, but I'm just with today's technology. I mean, why are we still? I watched this commercial about a flashlight. When you're heading to your car and somebody grabs you, you turned around, you hit that flashlight, and had a taser. Knocked them right down. Boom, right there, disabled. Why don't we have the technology where we can take somebody out without being lethal means?
Are you legally allowed to own a taser?
That's another thing that maybe, something like a gun. You go through some kind of schooling to get your license to be able to get rid of it.
Now, I recently, it's funny you say that because recently somebody came into my store and they said, "Oh, my dad bought me a taser." I'm like, I'm not sure you're legally allowed to have a taser unless you have a gun permit or something, But tasers are only for people that are from here to 50 feet away, maybe. So the guy that's doing the mass shooting in Walmart, which you're going to make sure that you're hidden well enough, but you want to take the dude out, that taser may not work. You may have to get closer, which is going to put you more in danger. So there is positive and negatives to taser. I will agree with that.
Well, I'm
Same
not
thing
saying
with pepper
tasers,
spray.
I'm saying technology. I think we can advance that technology.
That's true. I don't know if you know this, but every police officer, especially in Martin County, they have to be tased while they're going through the training. I just remember the dude that used to be on yesterday. And I said, "Hey, did you get tased?" He goes, "Yeah, I don't recommend it." And that's what he said. I said, "Did you get pepper sprayed?" He goes, "Yeah, I don't recommend it."
Yeah.
So I literally have pepper spray in my store for my girls that work in the store. I believe that they can use the pepper spray, and that would ward off any problems if I'm not there. So I believe that you should be able to protect yourself. Do you believe the phrase "guns don't kill people, people kill people"? Do you think that is still valid today?
Cars don't kill people, people kill people. You
That's
can
right.
Move that right along with anything, absolutely.
So what
But
do we?
until we look at more of the mental health aspect of that, I mean, there's a lot of crazy people out there.
Right, but how do you know they're crazy until they screw up?
Absolutely. You don't.
That guy that killed Charlie Kirk, do we know that he was crazy?
Do we know it's that guy? That's another.
Amen.
Yes.
Actually, there is some conspiracy theories about that.
Oh, there's a ton.
So I don't have the answer to that. I don't.
We'll
Do you?
never have the answers to that. We're not supposed to have the answer.
And we're not supposed to have the answers
Just
who
like
killed
we're
Kennedy
not supposed
either.
to have the answer to how we're going to control gun control.
And we don't have the answers how we're going to control AI and how we're going to control the robots that are going to take over everything. And I truly believe that's going to happen too.
I'm debating on that, but
Well, think about it. If we have the robots in our house doing our laundry and our cooking, let the robber come in and shoot the robot.
yeah.
Because according to iRobot, the movie, the robot's not going to get hurt.
Well, it won't lose its consciousness, I guess you could say.
Right, that's scary that they have one. So where should we draw the line between individual rights and public safety? That is a question that is still ongoing, to be honest with you. What does responsible gun owners look like to you? That's a very important question because you can't tell whether or not. Now if you open carry, fine. But I have always carried underneath my shirt. No one would know that I'm carrying a gun. And I mean, the most craziest individual can be most craziest looking individual can be the most sane person, and the most normal looking person can be the most insane person. Like you look like a normal dude, but you can go down the street right now and just do a mass shooting.
Absolutely.
And he was fine. Do you ever hear that in the news? Oh my God, he was such a nice kid. I can't believe that he did this.
Or quiet.
Right.
Yeah, the quiet
And
ones you got to watch out.
it's the quiet ones, you're right. It's the quiet ones that you have to watch out for. At the end of the day, the phrase, guns don't kill people, people kill people, forces us to confront the deeper truth. Technology is power, but it's always in the hands of the human beings. What matters is how we choose to use it. Any last words that you want to talk
I think when we're able to finally figure out how to cure stupid,
about?
because if you can't cure stupid, you're going to have this going on forever. Some people are just stupid. They do stupid
How do you
things.
know that they're stupid, though, until they screw up?
Absolutely.
I mean, honestly, they don't have a stupid hat on, or you just don't know that they're stupid until they do it and say, oh, okay, this guy's stupid. And then now we're going to fix him. Well, now's a little bit too late. It's, I don't know. You guys have the answer? If you do me a favor and comment below, because honestly, I do not have the answer. One thing I will tell you for sure, I do not believe that assault rifles should be legal to carry. I don't believe that they should make them for civilians. I do believe they belong in the armed forces. That's what I think. There is no reason for you to own an assault rifle. Even if you go hunting, you don't shoot with an assault rifle. My father shot with a double barrel shotgun. That's how he went deer hunting. You don't shoot with an assault rifle. That's just like cheating.
Overkill.
Right, it's cheating. So that's my take. But thanks for tuning into the Stuart Buzz Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, hit the hype button, share your thoughts. Let's keep the conversation alive. Comment below, hit like, do all those things you're supposed to do. And thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. And honestly, I got to say, JB, thank you so much for coming in.
It's a company I keep.
We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a blessed day.